What up, my dudes? How I'm doing on today? Welcome back to the channel, Louis Vlogs. Welcome. Today is going to be the day that we're going to tighten up the chain here on the R6. You guys can see this chain is really loose, and I do not like it at all. It has to be like an inch or an inch and a half to play with, and I think it just needs like a couple of tugs, not a lot of tugs, just a couple of tugs. So we got here. Before we start, I want to say thank you to Andy, the creator. He got to me. He commented down below on one of my videos of how to change the oil. No, not change the oil. Too much oil on the motor can damage your engine. And he just dropped down some knowledge from his bike, from his experience, to share it with me. So I really appreciate that. So thank you so much. Anyways, since we don't have motorcycle jack or motorcycle stand, whatever you want to call it, we don't have that. So we're using the car jack. But you guys see that we're just lifting up just a little bit, so all the weight's on the kickstand, which is pretty bad, I think, but just enough so the tire can just like rotate just a little bit off the ground. How much we did, I don't know how much you guys can hear me because it's windy. Now I don't like vlogging when it's windy, like I said, so I hope I can block the most when I can from my hand, so I'm sorry. Jacking up, like I said, just a little bit, so long as the wheel can rotate. That's what we did. So we did over here on this side, like I seen from videos. This is my first time doing this, so don't think that I'm like the best. No, my first time. So we gotta loosen this up. This is, I believe, is the safety pin or the safety notch that holds the tire and the axle. So we loosen this up, and then we're gonna be taking off this, loosening these up. So from left to right is gonna be moving these margins, so these lines, and that's how we're gonna figure out how tight the chain is gonna be. And then the same thing happens here to right to left to make it loose or to make it tight. It's gonna just swing the back of this bike just this way or this way, depending how your chain is gonna be. And it looks like we gotta move more back, or no. Maybe that's pretty good. A little bit more back, I believe. See, they say do this side first, the chain side first. See, making it loose. So if you guys see, if we're going this way, the chain is getting super loose. So that's the left. Right. So now we're going this way, and look how it moves. I don't know if you pick it up on camera, but you can see the chain move. Look at the chain move. See, the chain is picking it up. So this chain is actually, look, we're not even having that much play anymore, which is good, what you want from a bike to have, an inch or an inch and a half to play with. Really nice. And so we have here, we have the line here, so we have 1, 2, and look like we're like in 2 1/4, not halfways. We have to match it on this side. So it's 1, 2, and then this one is a little bit more forward, so we gotta move a little bit more back. So how it's moving back. So it's like right there, I believe.
That's fine.
We come on this side. I think it's, I don't know if it's too tight. It has to be like an inch. You want to get a tape measure or no?
Yeah. Right there, that's an inch, right?
Mm-hmm.
On the tree. You go up, that's like
and a half.
Yes, half inch. Let me go 1 1/4, okay? So you can see the difference. Let me.
So right now, we loosen it again, and you guys see all this free that it has, which is very bad. You don't want to have the chain too loose because it can snap off on you, it can break on you, which would damage the engine really bad. And here, I'll zoom in, focus. Right here, just like grinding. It's just like grinding it, hitting it hard, and it goes all the way down here, inside, more in. I know you can pick it up in camera. So just like slapping every time. And it comes down here, you just like slap. So you guys can see, we're going to tie it up on this side only. We're doing this side first. And look how the chain's going to move up. So now that we tighten up the chain a little bit more, if you guys can see, now we have some play time. So we can wiggle it. You don't want it too tight, it will snap on you.
Right there, almost 3.
So now we move up to 3.
So that's 1 inch.
And that's 1 inch.
How much the bike says?
So on paperwork, they said the bike has to have at least an inch or an inch and a half to play with. So I'm guessing we did it. If you guys do it on 3, we're starting off from 3 from my fingers, from right here on the grit. If you move it up, it goes all the way up to 2. So here we have the markings from right here. This is where you measure it from, and we're gonna move it back to the exact same line it is to the other side.
That's it.
And this is the other side. You guys don't believe me because the chain's not here. The muffler is at. So that's it. I know it's been damaged. I bought it like that. So when you guys gotta tie it up, make sure you lock it in place first, and then you just tie it up. Because if not, then you're gonna like restart everything. and you don't want to do it all over again. And then the exact same thing. Make sure you lock it first, and then you're gonna move it. Like I said, I got my pops with me. He's here helping me out doing this because this is our first time doing maintenance on a bike. We've never done that before. Double check, make sure the line is correct. So it's 1, 2, and it look like close to 2, on 2, more or less. Come here, we got 1, 2, and you guys can see that we're on 2. Don't forget, you gotta tighten up this as well. You don't want that loose at all. Now we can lubricate the chain. You always gotta lubricate your chain. Like I said, I know this isn't professional. I know this isn't like what recommended, but it's all thing that we had to lift up the bike. Like I said, we're just doing a little butt crack off the ground from the tires, so all the weight will be on the kickstand, which is kind of bad, but it's the best we can do. Just to lift the bike up to do this. My other hand's clean. You guys can see the hand's clean. Like it's not even like nothing. Like it's just like dry, which is no good. You always gotta keep your chain lubricated. I know I don't have like professional cleaning stuff, all that good stuff. I don't know, but that guy Andy, the curator, like I said, mentioned in the beginning of the video, he told me with warm water or hot water can do the trick for the meantime. So that's what we're just doing. Just clean out the chain like that, getting all the grease, all the gunk out, and then we're gonna lubricate it. I know there's a special tool for it. I know there's special sprays. I know there's special shampoos, soap. I know there's special ones for this chain process to lubricate it. I know that for a fact, but since I don't have that, since I'm just a new rider or just barely doing little small maintenance to the bike, I'm just using the best knowledge of what I have and what I think that can be good, or it is good, but just not professionally done. So make sure you clean the chain both sides, so it's top and bottom. Just don't clean like the inside of the chain like this. No, make sure you clean under it and the top. I guess see my pop's doing it. My pop's gonna spray while I just turned. Dime más rápido, así está bien.
Está bien.
Make sure you get the whole cycle of the chain.
Yeah, I think so. No.
Yes, is everything wet? Well, you guys can see how the chain, it's way easier just to like spin it because it's all lubricated now. Look at this. Remember, I just lifted up a little bit as long as the tire can spin. So if you guys curious of what I use for spray, since I want to have like the right brand and stuff, I use this. This is recommended in AutoZone. Like I said, AutoZone always helps me out with stuff that I do not know. And the people there in customer service are really nice. So shout out to them in AutoZone here in Los Lunas. Thank you so much for telling me this. They're telling me this was like recommended, they said. And obviously I believe them because I bought it. But yes. And this also makes it so it won't have rust as well as they told me. But this is what I used. So yeah. So there it is, my dudes. We just did that quick thing. Reality, my bike didn't really have to adjust the chain because I still had a lot to play with, but I just want to do a video with you guys to show you guys how what I got from my knowledge from watching other people's videos. I decided to do it a little bit more in depth, a little bit more better. I hope it was better if you guys understood more of the process of what to do and how to do it. So if you like what I do, subscribe down to my channel below at Louis Vlogs. Follow me on Instagram at Louis Vlogs. I'll see you guys next one. So peace out.